Destination Newry, it is the morning programme going out across the world from the heart of Newry. And one of the, you know, it's our want. We try to make sure we're getting you regular little features coming along. Each week we have folk from the Newry Maritime Association coming into us. We also have folk from the Inland Waterways Association of Ireland, the Newry and Portadown branch. And Paul McKeown is one of those people. Yes. You're so welcome.
Thank you, Ron.
You come into us regularly and you keep us updated on all that's going on. But I think we're agreed it's a kind of quiet time on the canal.
It is a quiet time, Ron. Sort of around the April time there, whenever the nesting season starts, different things, you have the wildlife have to be left to their own devices, so we stop work and let them get on with what they have to do.
Have we as many swans on the canal as we used to have?
Along the ship canal there, I think we still have a good few swans. Even beyond on the inland canal, there's still swans there. Yes.
And are they building nests, and do we have cygnets?
We do, yes.
Wow, so the future is assured.
It is assured.
Things are moving along nicely. But that's the secret of what you guys in the Inland Waterways Association do. You work very much in harmony with nature.
We do, yes. Over the years we've took a couple of different projects, and one of them was even board boxes along the canal.
Yeah.
And last year, Geraldine Foley, our PRO,
yes,
she got funding for the put cameras and that in, and we had a couple of sites in Scarva and other places, Moneypenny's Lock, where people could go and see inside the nest boxes. Wow. So as the eggs were being laid, you see the chicks coming out.
You could actually watch it happening.
You can see it happening.
And these are not just ordinary chicks. These can be really, really vibrant, like for instance, the kingfisher, stuff like that.
Yes.
Well, we're very blessed, aren't we?
I think they're inclined to build their own nests.
They do their own thing in their own way. They don't like to be hemmed in.
No.
Don't put a box around me, says the kingfisher. But do you notice at all? I do certainly notice more and more birds that I would have seen 50 years ago in the sea are now up in Newry. You're looking at cormorants, you're looking at shags standing up on Sands's Mill. You wouldn't have seen that years ago.
No, perhaps not, but you don't know that's a good thing or a bad thing. The fishermen wouldn't like to see them there.
No, this is true.
But I mean, on the other hand, it goes to show that there's good aquatic life in the canal as well.
They're seeking it out and searching it out and all of that. The other thing I noticed coming up into the canal more and more, the heron. That majestic bird.
Yes.
There's nothing to him.
No.
But by God, he's a survivor.
He is, surely. And I always remember seeing them even when I was young myself. I remember in the Abbey Primary, there was a school teacher, Mr. Hollywood. Yeah. I remember looking at a heron crane across from Buttercrane where the old Fisher's Timber Yard was.
Yes.
And he came walking along and described the board to me and the whole lot. I always remember that as a child.
As a heron. And there he stands. He works hard for his tea.
He does, all right.
He stands there maybe for an hour doing absolutely nothing until a proper fish comes by and boom, he has it.
He has it.
You know, it's so impressive indeed. Now, you, of course, unlike many other folk, you were raised almost in the bowels of a ship of the canal, because those ahead of you, your ancestors, they were canal people.
That's right. The last time I was talking to you, we spoke about my mother's family and how they worked on the barges and that there.
Yes.
But my father's family also went to sea.
Yeah.
And even to this day yet, I think we have an uncle who's captain. He has just retired.
Wow.
I have a cousin captain, and his son is captain, and they're working on the supply ships that works off the rigs off the West African coast.
You see, we were rail sailor people. We just didn't hang around close into the land. We were going out across the globe.
And his son actually was laying cables off Australia.
My God.
On one of the cable laying
Newry
ships.
men across the world, which is great to see.
And then I have a cousin, he's chief engineer.
Wow.
Yeah, his job was to go on the deck as well when he started off at 16, 17 years of age. And as you know, Rowan, you have to go through a stringent eyesight test.
Of course.
To work on the deck of a ship.
Yeah.
And what happened was he was colourblind.
So that would have been
So he went into the engineering instead. Yeah. And he is now chief engineer. He's actually doing his Lloyd's ticket for the surveyor.
Yes.
At the moment, so it is. It was quite a bit.
Yeah. It seems to me that it must gladden the heart of your branch to see so many boats tied up opposite the quays.
It's marvellous. It's one thing we always look for. When Sean Patterson was with us, Sean worked very closely with the council at the time for the mechanism of the lock gates at Albert Lock, Albert Base, or
down at Victoria Lock, yeah.
Victoria Lock. So once that was done, then that opened the gates more often, and then that opened for people to come in. And we did also try to get put into the almanac about 2.5, 3 years ago. That people going up the Irish Sea would be able to look in their almanac and know that beyond Carnford
there was a place
and
to
Mourne
go.
Point was another place to go, and they give the details on how to contact the authorities, which would be the council, to get the gates opened.
Well, they're certainly coming in now. The last to come in, the latest to come in, was the beautiful schooner that came in. There was kind of a Christian missionary outreach on board, and they seem to enjoy it enormously.
Yes, well, funny enough, I haven't actually visited the boat, but I know it is like an old fishing schooner.
Absolutely.
Yes.
North Sea.
Yeah.
She kept the live hold. She kept the fish in the hold live with water in it, and then she was good. She was oak on oak, which is a great thing. Oak on oak, which is magnificent. Now, what about? I suppose I dream of it again. We had it once before. An Inland Waterways Association of Ireland rally on the canal. What's the chances?
It would be good, but it takes a lot of organising, and there's a lot of restrictions. You see, once you start to organise a rally, then if insurance restrictions and things like that there. The last time we did one, it cost our branch £750 extra for the insurance, for the cover. So it is a lot of expense.
But it's almost something I would have thought that Dublin, the headquarters, should be organising and having an All-Ireland rally in Newry.
Yes, well, a lot of the boats that the people use within the Inland Waterways are used on the Shannon and on the Barrow.
They're not transportable.
They're not really transportable.
I understand.
And some of them are quite large. Now, they do rallies on the Shannon and different places around the country.
Just untie and move on the water.
Move along.
It's not as simple as I thought it
Yes.
was. It's not as simple.
There's quite a bit logistically to organise it.
How many folk have you in the branch at the moment, Paul?
We have over 40 members at the moment.
That's good. And I sense, because I know you and I know Geraldine and I know Geraldine's partner, I know that you're not the kind of people to take passengers. You want people to be there working, and Peter Maxwell and yourself and all the rest of you. You do things. You get things done.
We do get things done. Well, one of the things we started doing a number of years ago was to stop the deterioration of the lock chambers along the canal. So that is completed. And now the work isn't just as heavy now, but it's maintaining that there to stop that from deteriorating anymore. So it's just a matter of maintaining the things at the minute, and to try and get the different councils to start doing some work.
Well, the future beckons, because, we've come an awfully long way. I walked along that canal from Monaghan Street to Francis Street the other morning at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
The sun was rising in the sky was blue. It was beautiful. It was out of this world. It was clean.
Yes.
It was lovely. And I thought to myself, we're making progress.
Yeah. There was progress been made, especially there along with the Canal Court Hotel. That stretch of the public realm scheme is now opened, and people can walk along, and now people can start to see what is in the town. For too long there was a wall there, and people drove up Merchants Quay and didn't know what was at the other side of it.
And now we're seeing it.
And now we're seeing it.
Full vibrancy.
Yes.
Paul McKeown, thank you very, very much indeed for coming in to me this morning. Now stay with me till I introduce the next piece that we're going to do. Okay. Andrew, we're going to go now to the piece on men's health. And we have a wonderful character, a lovely man. He's a comedian as well. He uses comedy to get men to listen, and then he gets the right message in. He's part of the Men's Health Forum of Ireland. That's who he is. And his name is Finian Murray, and he's the Youth Development Officer of the Health Forum of Ireland. And it's men's health. Now, I should warn people in this, there's maybe one or two sort of men's language references to bits and pieces of men's health, you know. So please, if you're of a sensitive nature, there's only 1 or 2 mentions of it, but if you're of a sensitive nature, you may wish to look away for the duration of this next piece, but it's nothing too bad.